days when the only worry was finding a good ball to play. Those were the days when values were taught and transferred from one generation to the other. But just because times have changed doesn't mean the values should too. And that's why even when it comes to investing, I choose halal because I get to do the right thing. Get value for your values. Invest with Lotus Capital today and enjoy a variety of ethical investment options with competitive returns offered by a team of SEC-registered fund managers. With over 15 years experience, Lotus Capital gives you value for your values. Visit www.lotuscapitallimited.com. If you're in Abuja, call 0908-705-8409. And if you're in Kano, call 0809-065-0622. Lotus Capital Limited, creating wealth the halal way.
Inshallah, you are welcome to another episode of Ramadan Intelligence, inshallah. And I am yours, Olayode Abdurazak, aka Philosopher King. All right, what do we have for us today? We want to look at activities in Ramadan. Activities in Ramadan. You see, when we talk about Ramadan, Ramadan is just a name. It's just a name. But what are the activities that are expected of you and I to do in Ramadan? Most of us, we just go into hunger, we just let ourselves get hungry and we will not get anything from the month of Ramadan. And that is not the real aim of Ramadan. So let's try as much as possible as there is one impediment or the other. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us that leverage so that we can be able, to feed. We'll do fidya, we feed other people in place of that, inshallah. But that's not what we're discussing today. But number one, activities of Ramadan is what? Fasting in itself. Number two, so when you're fasting, that is closing your mouth from eating and drinking. There are so many other activities that you need to do in Ramadan, in this month of Ramadan. Let's start with the activity. Depending on your capacity, depending on your strength, depending on how far you want to come closer to Allah as well. So let's try as much as possible to add that into our activities in Ramadan. Not only Ramadan, not only fasting. No. There's other things that you can do in Ramadan. Now, let's look at another one that you can do in There are two angels by our side that are writing your good and your bad. The one at the right writes the good. Be very, very important with them there, as in you can be very, very useful for them. Yeah, let me give you another important activities that you need to do in Ramadan. See, Ramadan is a family time. Did you say the way I said this? Ramadan is a family time. Try as much as possible to spend quality time. And when I say quality time, spend quality time with your family. Engage in the act of ibadah together. This tahajjud that we talked about, make sure that you do it together with your family. Iftar, share food together, sit down and eat. When it is time for iftar, sit down and eat together. Discuss significant issues inside Ramadan, about Ramadan and about life, inshallah. This one, strengthening family bond. Yes, it's strengthening family bonds and the blessing of Allah, mashallah, in the blessing in this month of Ramadan. Let's look at one more again before we go for a short break. Yeah, this one is reflection. And this not only reflection, I want it to be reflection journal. As we used to have diary, that day one, this is what I've done. Day two, this is what I've done. Day three, this is what I will do. Day four, this is what happened to me. Day five, this is what... So have this reflection diary during Ramadan. Have a book, whereby your reflections, anything that you think about Ramadan, we're in Taraweeh, after we finish Isha, we started Taraweeh and we pray Taraweeh. You see this person, you see that person, say, oh, mashallah, you stay around here. Yes, mashallah, do you stay around here? It tells us about, the unity of the deen. It tells us about the unity. I said, Ramadan is so powerful. Look at how he brought us together. Look at how you brought us together. This tells you again that this is a thing that you reflect upon. You reflect upon. You reflect upon saying that everybody is in the state of not eating and not drinking around you. Wow. You just look at that and say, Allah is so powerful. He makes it to the extent that nobody eats. That is reflection. On the first day of Ramadan, we have been looking for rain all this while, searching that rain should fall. When you have to fast during mention is what is volunteering. Try as much as possible, volunteer yourself in one service or the other that gives more power to Ramadan, that makes it more easier for people who want to do one action or the other in Ramadan. Volunteer yourself. Even if it is in the radio station, you can volunteer yourself. Do you know that? I'm just telling you that so that you can know places that you can volunteer yourself in. And the fourth one, as I mentioned, is reflection journal. Yes, make sure that as you think, as you fast, so many things comes to your head, so many reflections will come, and when they come, put them in writing. A tinted pen, they say, is better than the best memory. Inshallah, let's go for a short break. When we come back, inshallah, we're still going to discuss, and there's an opportunity to open the line so that you can call in and ask 1 or 2 questions, inshallah. Yes, mashallah. Let's go for this commercial so that we can just talk about our sponsor, inshallah. As I said, they are Lotus Capital. Assalamu alaikum.
Wealth, the halal way. Oh, the good old days when the only worry was finding a good ball to play. Those were the days when values were taught and transferred from one generation to the other. But just because times have changed doesn't mean the values should too. And that's why even when it comes to investing, I choose halal because I get to do the right thing.
Of taqwa, and this consciousness has to do with lots of activities, and those are the activities that we are laying down. All right, one important activity that you need to also do during this Ramadan. Some people will fast. You see, they will fast. They will break their fast, and they will pray Maghrib after breaking their fast. They will pray Isha after breaking their fast, and they will go. There is this activity, Taraweeh. Taraweeh is another important activity during Ramadan. So as much as your activities are, the more your reward are. You see, this is what we are talking about, and this is the intelligence therein. You cannot compare yourself with someone that does lots of activities during Ramadan and you that just fasted. You can't compare yourself. And that is why when you see other people progressing, when you see other people happy, when you see other people making it, you kept asking yourself, why am I not making it? Those people are engaging themselves in so many activities, and Allah is blessing them. Taraweeh is one important activity. It comes with Ramadan, and you know what? You just have to try as much as possible. Sometimes you can do 2, sometimes it is 4, sometimes it is 6, sometimes it is 8, sometimes it is 10, sometimes it is, in fact, sometimes it's 20. As much as you can. So, but when you join the Jama'ah and you do 2, you rest. You do. It depends on capacity. You see, it is not so easy. Yeah, we understand. Most time when you break your fast, you just get weak. You get weak. Upon Allah, tell Allah to give you that strength for you to do Taraweeh, and Allah will give you that strength, inshallah. So let's try as much as possible. Let's not let Taraweeh go. Yes, let us have it as part of our activities for Ramadan. Let us have it as part of our activities for Ramadan. And when you keep doing that and all other activities I've mentioned, you will still come back and call me one day and thank me for giving you this intelligence a Ramadan. Okay, let's go for another one again. Quran. The scholar may be right or may be wrong, but when you see it by yourself, you see it for yourself, you will have that confidence and you can say it anywhere, anytime, that this is in the Quran. Did you get it now? And that is what I do majorly. I study the Quran during Ramadan and I see a lot of ideas, a lot of knowledge, a lot of things that I already know, but I don't know that in the Quran. A lot of things that I already heard and I've never seen them myself in the Quran. A lot of ayah, a lot of surah, a lot of stories, they are there in. Study the Quran during this Ramadan. Take it as an activity. You see, you can lay all those activities every day. Then you look at yourself, how many activities have you engaged yourself in? Those activities are numerous. I'm just mentioning one after the other. They are just so numerous. Do you get it now? So this is another important activities. Quran. This is the month of Quran and it goes with Ramadan, and that is why it is so important for us to reflect on them. This is the month where you can equally memorize. I know some people do one ayah per day. La ilaha illallah. One ayah per day, and if you do that in 30 days, you have memorized 30 ayah. That is so sweet. You can memorize short ayah. There's this ayah in Quran chapter that's the ayah we are memorizing today. Just one ayah. Qad afla. With that ayah, Qad afla al-mu'minun. That is Surah al-Mu'minun. And that is just the first ayah. Qad afla al-mu'minun. Qad afu. You know, throughout your fasting day, you just be saying this, you'll be remembering it, you'll be saying it, and you say, Qad afla al-mu'minin. You see, like, indeed, successful are the believers. You see, this to Allah, you are appreciating Allah. Then your mind will start thinking about here and there what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has done, that you are thanking Him. Even the life that He has given you. Alhamdulillah. You see, another one is Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah is an activity. Make sure that in a day as you are fasting, you are equally doing askar. You see, you are mentioning things. The Astaghfirullah, Astaghfirullah. This is a month where Allah forgives. You know, Allah forgives. And because Allah forgives this month, call upon Him. Tell Him to forgive you. Don't forget there's a particular prayer at the last 10 days of Ramadan when we say, Allahumma innaka afuwun tuhibbul hafwa. For this askar, whatever you are doing, you are giving this askar, you can say it out, you can say it within yourself. You see, this is another spirit that takes Ramadan off you, that takes you into that Ramadan. You will know quite right that you are fasting. You will know quite right that you are passing through Ramadan and Ramadan is passing through you. Those are activities. You must just keep doing those activities during Ramadan so that you can enjoy and see the pleasure of Allah in this Ramadan. All right, let's talk about another activities. That is dua, supplication. Supplication.
Investment options with competitive returns offered by team of SEC registered fund managers. With over 15 years experience, Lotus Capital gives you value for your values. Visit www.lotuscapitallimited.com. If you're in returns offered by team of SEC registered fund managers. With over 15 years experience, Lotus Capital gives you value for your values. Visit www.lotuscapitallimited.com. If you're in Abuja, call 0908-705-8409. And if you're in Kano, call 0809-065-0622. Lotus Capital Limited, creating wealth the halal way.
MashaAllah. These are the beautiful discussion, as you have said, and we have said this program is sponsored by Lotus Capital. MashaAllah. This is where they said invest, value your value. May Allah make it easy for each and every one of us. All right, we are discussing 797. Let me call that number again. 0903 22 29 797. You can equally call 0818 22 22 205 or you can call if you want to be part of this discussion. This program, as we said earlier on, is sponsored by studying the Quran, memorizing the Quran. You see, there are a lot of things that you can do with the Quran in this month of Ramadan. So study it. So do lots to study the Quran, or memorize, even if it is one ayah every day. 30 days you have memorized 30 ayah. I just told you about the ayah we are memorizing today. Qad afula al-mu'minun. You see, it's just one ayah, short one. Look for short ayah and just tell yourself that this is what you'll be fasting with. Fast with this ayah. Fast with this ayah. They just keep repeating and keep saying this ayah, and before you know it, it sticks in your head. You can equally quote it. Tell people that Quran chapter this verse this in Surah Al-Mu'minin, Allah said this. You see, this is how you can equally equip yourself, inshallah. All right. Aside from that, we also talk about dua, praying. Yes, praying. And the Prophet ﷺ said, "Ad-du'a sayful mu'minin." Some people don't pray. When I say pray, I mean supplication now. See, some people don't supplicate. They just fasted and think that, oh, anything can happen, and you just go like that. May Allah make it easy for each and every one of us. So let's try as much as possible to do that, if and only if we can. We also mention askar. You see, askar is calling upon Allah. You see, remembrance of Allah. You see, testifying, testifying the glorious, how powerful Allah is. La ilaha illallah is askar. You are confirming that there is no any other being that is worthy of worship. Nothing that is worthy of worship except Allah. Muhammadur Rasulullah. You are also confirming that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu is what? Is the messenger and prophet of Allah. You see, this testification, this testifying is so powerful. Those are things that you can be doing in this month of Ramadan. So those are the activities, and if you want to be part of this discussion, you can call us. We still have few minutes to go. The number still remains 0903